St. George Police implements automated license plate readers. After a 4-3 school board vote, Reds will remain at Cedar High School, and a second defendant has been sentenced in a case involving abuse of a 9-year-old.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. Since last fall, the St. George Police Department has been experimenting with a tool that is now being implemented. While law enforcement says this tool is a great help, some advocacy groups have expressed concerns. Here is Maury Kessler for more on this story.
Last fall, the St. George Police Department began to test automated license plate readers as a new tool for the department's crime-fighting arsenal. St. George Police Sergeant Travis Willinger told St. George News that the city had been testing camera systems from 2 different companies and recently settled on one from Motorola Solutions. Willinger said the plate readers have proven their value to the police through the many cases they have helped the department solve since they began testing them. The automated license plate reader system is tied to a national database maintained by the FBI and tracks active incidents and investigations and alerts local police when a suspect plate listed on the database is detected. Willinger said the system can only be used for active criminal investigations and outstanding warrants and is not used for traffic enforcement. There is state law that regulates how law enforcement and government entities use this technology and can carry penalties if misused.
Thanks, Maury. At its monthly meeting Tuesday night, the Iron County School District Board of Education voted 4-3 to retain the Reds name, which 5 years ago replaced the longtime name and mascot Redmen. Redmen supporters comprised a majority of commenters at last month's meeting, but Tuesday night, 15 of the 18 people who weighed in on the subject said they were against the idea of bringing back Redmen. Even with Tuesday night's split vote, the board's action appears to put the matter to rest. A defendant was sentenced on 2 first-degree felony charges during a hearing held Thursday in a case involving the rape and sexual abuse of a 9-year-old. For more details on this story, here's Cody Blowers.
41-year-old St. George man, Travis Jesse Raig, appeared in 5th District Court for sentencing Thursday on 2 first-degree felony charges, including 1 count of rape of a child and 1 count of sodomy on a child. At the time the case was filed in April of 2022, Raig was charged with 14 first-degree felonies, 2 of which he entered an Alford plea to during the hearing, which is basically the same as a guilty plea for the purpose of sentencing, but is a plea in which the defendant maintains their innocence, but admits that the evidence against them would likely result in a guilty plea should they take the case to trial. The case involved 2 defendants, Raig and his wife, Laura Ann Raig, 35, who was also the child's mother, who admittedly took an active role in the sexual abuse of her 9-year-old daughter. District Judge John J. Walton had this to say when rendering his sentence.
Mr. Raig, I think it's highly unlikely that you will ever live another day outside of the prison, but you have absolutely no chance of that if you don't take responsibility for your actions and seek appropriate treatment.
The defendant was sentenced to serve 25 years to life on each of the counts, sentences that were ordered to run consecutively.
Thanks, Cody. One photo posted on Instagram was all it took for a St. George entrepreneur to transform a hair extension technique into a business empire. Here's Adele Park for more on this.
Hair extensions are big business, and Southern Utah is benefiting from it. With 2 patents for a process called invisible bead extensions, Mackenzie Turley is training stylists from around the world, both online and at her IBE campus in St. George.
They are flying into the local airport, they are renting cars from local businesses, they are staying in hotels here if they're not staying, in our facility out at Desert Color.
IBE Chief of Staff Renee McNally says the reason the company is taken off is because stylists and their clients have discovered this hair extension method not only looks more attractive, but is also easier on the scalp.
It prevents things like traction alopecia and hair loss that can happen with the beads rubbing on the scalp. It protects the client's hair, and the health of their hair and scalp are extremely important.
Melissa Holmes serves as the in-person education director at IBE. Holmes says it's empowering to work for a company where the CEO and management team are all women.
Basically, we're all moms, and we've all come together with the idea of building the best community that we can. Our owner, who is also a mentor to all of us, has a vision that's been exemplified all throughout the world.
Hair extensions are a premium service, which means stylists have the potential to earn more money working fewer hours.
Thanks, Adele. Higher elevations in southern Utah could be in for more than 18 more hours of winter. The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory, which will run from 6 a.m. Friday through 6 p.m. Saturday for the Wasatch Plateau, Central Mountains, and Southern Mountains. A Weather Service news release said drivers should slow down and use caution while traveling. Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.